On this demo, I'm going to show you how to capture a moment, how to use the primary colours, then we use the secondary colours. They're the base of the whole painting. It's really fun. It's totally worth listening to my instruction. You will learn so much about how to capture a moment in plein air using the primary colours and one brush. Enjoy. Hi everyone, welcome to another plein air painting. I'm set up, I'm ready to go here. A little seascape, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to use our usual 5 colours. We have cadmium red, cadmium yellow, noir black and titanium white. I've got 2 charcoals and I'm going to just sketch out. My husband and my son are just appearing there. That's what we're going to try and capture. Just lean into the fun of plein air. Do you like my new device? I would love to pull this down, but it will fall off the rock that it's balancing on and nobody wants that. Charcoal, you can use pencil. I've got a lovely little sketchbook here. I just capture what we want to capture. My little dude who's just jumped into the water. Nice work! We're going to go for a headland, just the way we always do. Horizon, headland, foreground. Then we have this lovely horizon, sets the tone, pushing it far away. We have our lovely waves coming in here. And then we have our little boat, which is just like a little banana. Nice impressionist drawing. So we got a little head, little body. Here we go. And then there's another little head and another little body in front. Just like so. We have some headland coming along here, which will set the tone for us, but that is all we want to do to begin with. Now, to help you along, what you can do is you see the way in the very back there, we have a lovely depth. Once we bring that to the horizon, that's our furthest point away. And then we just lightly come along. You can use your charcoal for this if you want, or you can just lighten your pencil as you come towards the foreground. We're going to add in our little ripples, turning it on its side, pushing it in. There they go. They're just going to keep going. Add in little bits. Now, whenever we have a boat, there's always a little bit of a shadow underneath that. Shadow underneath where the oar is, and then also just where the back of the boat is. Just and then in the very distance, we want to add in this lovely, we don't need to add in this power station, but we can if we want. And we're just going to lightly touch again. Headland in the distance, smoosh it in there. And then bring some of that up into the sky. The sky is lovely and wispy, but all we've done there, and then we wanted to bring those ripples. So you're looking at ripples. Remember, you're just looking at movement. Look at those ripples coming forward. Little squiggles. Those get fainter as they go back behind. Just letting ourselves play and enjoy. And look at the cuteness of those two in the kayak. Had a vision and I thought I'm bringing this to life. Here we go. Lovely depth from away. Remember, all our dark colors push back, all our light comes forward. Then we're going to go straight onto our canvas. I have just painted over this, but you can gesso it. You could add a little bit of primer, and we just do exactly the same thing. Use your reference point as your gesture drawing, or bring yourself back onto the canvas, and we're going to just basically look again for that horizon. So a third of the way down, taking that across, then that lovely headland. Doesn't really matter what it is, but I'm going to actually take it so we go right to the right-hand side where it drops off. You can use a pencil for this. Going to bring in that bit of headland, which I forgot about earlier. And then these guys keep coming forward and back. Like someone needs to tell them to stop moving this boat because it's not helping me when I'm trying to paint. Bear with me while I get my film crew set up. I spoke to my little cousin this week. He's going to help me. Bring in that little boat. So here we go. I'm just gesturing where it is. Little banana boat, little shadow underneath, little head, carrot body, half a carrot, and then another little one in the middle. Little shadow behind, and then we've got that lovely oar coming out, sea coming along, and our beach. Just very simple gesture, painting, drawing, just like so. Doesn't look like much yet, but let's have some fun. Let yourself see colors, let yourself see light, let yourself see movement. Look at that. Look at the dapples in the sand as well. I am using one brush today. I just didn't know which one I wanted to use. I have a 22 and I have an 18. The 22. Use the biggest brush you can. It's part of the fun. Have our primary colors. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix some colors so we can get started. We're going to go just really quickly through the color wheel. Blue. Here we've got yellow. We're going to mix our green. So it's going to be our base. Clean your brush. I'm going to go for a purple, so just your cadmium red, your ultramarine blue, mixing the two together. If it's on the lighter shade, that's okay. You can add a little bit more blue. So these primary colors, red, blue, and yellow, and we're mixing the green, the first of the secondary color wheel, our purple, the second of the secondary color wheel, and then we have our nice orange. So orange is red and yellow. And we've got that nice orange. In terms of our plein air painting, this green is going to be the base of the sea, that turquoise sea. This purple is going to be that lovely base of the sand, the depth of the sand. And then our orange is going to be also of the sand and the beach. And then we're going to bring those all together. So clean the brush now. First thing we're going to do is take a big chunk of blue and take it into our green. So we're going to mix our first turquoise for the water. So that dark turquoise, just scoop it up. This is a quick painting. We're not hanging around here. And we're going to go right for that dark line. It's nice and fresh in your mind. So load it onto the brush. And we're taking it right to the last. Right till we're pushing it far away. Oh, that lovely light coming in is so beautiful. What I'm actually going to do is set a few little dapples on here as well. Clean your brush. Now we're going to mix a lighter shade of that turquoise. Add a little bit more blue to it. And we're going to just start planting that down. All we're seeing is light and shade here, pulling one color into the other. Whenever you have two colors like that together, you can smush them with a dry brush or with your finger. And look at how that automatically softens it. Do you see what I mean? So it's not just as harsh. Sometimes we use water to pull the paint together. Sometimes we use our finger just to blend and pull it down. I'm going to bring some blue back into that. I'm going to add a little touch of red. Roll the paint off your brush. Bring some more yellow back in front of us. We're really planting down the colors and the terms of it, what it is. So what we have is this murky greeny color, a little touch of red in it, a little bit of blue, a little bit more yellow again, and we're going to pull that across. Don't worry if you go over your little figures, we can bring them back out. And then we're just using the finger to blend those again, just to soften it, to soften our baseline. You can bring it in around them, like so. And we can have a little dip dab on the sand if you want. Clean your brush. I'm using this nice new shirt that I got. I think I got rid of that a little bit too soon, but we're okay. Let's go into the base of our sand. So we've got that orange for the base of our sand. Take a big bit of white into your orange. You want to be resourceful as much as we can. Take a little touch of black onto your brush. Bring it in. Now we're going to bring a little bit more. So you're really mugging up that sand. It's gone a little too cool for me. So I'm going to bring some red and some yellow back in. So we just play. This started off as our orange. We added some white. It was a little too peachy for the sand, but I think that's a good match for what we've got. So here we go. And we're going over. Let the paint pick up the other parts of the paint that we put down to begin with. So we have this beautiful harmony. My brush is quite dry. I'm going to dip it in a little bit of water, pulling it in so it starts to come in a little bit here. And again, a little smudge of the fingers. Pulling the paint up and in, letting there be that beautiful softness. Even though with this harsh light, it's a fading light. It's dreamy, dreamy, dreamy. I let your brush keep with what is on it. Remember I was saying we're going to use this on the sand too. So we're going to use it for a little bit of that seaweed. But it's purple. Let it be purple. Let it be purple. Let there be a little dapple. So if we add a little bit of sand to it, it makes it a bit muggier, which is actually what we like. And we don't need them to be too obvious, just a little dip dab of them. And again, you can soften those in. So we've got this nice dream-like painting with a little bit of depth even on the foreground. Before you get rid of that, we're going to just put a little bit of it into the headlands, soften that over. Clean your brush. My water's already dirty. Add in the yours. Our resourcefulness going. We're going to now add in our purple and our turquoisey blue that we had on our palettes. This is your fun impressionist, people. Get on board. Get on board. It makes a lovely purpley shade. Now we're going to add a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, and we're bringing the green into that. A, I want you to play. B, I want you there to be harmony. So you see that lovely little muggy color that we got from our purple and our turquoise and adding a little bit extra green? That's our headland. Now, I'm not following it entirely there because actually it's so clear. I can see some fields in the background, but what I want it to be is that to be the darkest point of it. I'm going to take some white into it and a little bit more yellow. let it soften, roll what's on my brush on there, and then just let it dip dab over so we get that nice depth, the darkest part of the headland pushing back, the light bits coming forward. What I do is bring the dark back in for just a second. Just a second. I got rid of it too soon because I know that over there is nice and dark underneath. Don't get too stuck on it like I am. The sky, what's in the headland, is also reflected, even just marginally, in the sea. Whatever's on your brush, let it, the brush turn on its side, going over that dark, hazy, and we're just letting it fold in. Even if it's not really apparent, we want there to be that not joined, and then where it joins, sorry, we've got that nice dark line in between, and then we have these lovely little reflections. Look at the softness of that. It's dreamy, dreamy, dreamy. See, our sand is almost a little bit sandy in the sky. So clean your brush really well. Really, really well. See the sand that we've got? Take your big chunk of white into it, only onto one side. Take a little bit of yellow and bring that about. Interest of being dreamy, we're going to take a little bit of blue, just a touch into it as well. And that, my friends, is going to be the start of this hazy, dreamy sky. It's a little bit too lemon still. So bring even some of the blue that you had from the very beginning in there. The white cools it down a bit, so put a bit of your peachy in it too. Got all these nice little murky, soft colors. And we're going for that base there. Then we're going to bring some white, whatever's on your brush, roll it into a little bit of white, a little bit of white, a little bit of white. Let that be down at the bottom, coming right down to the sea. And then bring our blue in here. Lovely soft blue. And that's going to be in the sky. There's a little bit of yellow in that blue. So basically you have your blue and your lemon together. There's the sun coming back out for us. We plant that on, and you've guessed it, we're using our fingers just to blend in and around, pulling one color into the other. So pulling it right down to the horizon, and you can let that blend soften in it. Beautiful. And then whatever you have in your fingers, you can bring into the sea. So fun. Don't get wet near me, okay? Yeah. It's the star of the show. That nice blue lemony haze. So we want to bring it so it's dappling down onto our sea, but you will see that the very foreground of the sea is where it's going to be lightest. Letting that little blend that we used our fingers to blend in, and then you will see just over here, so left-hand side is actually where we want there to be a little bit. Take a little bit of water on your brush, let them blend, and then using the fingers just to cast the light over from the left where the sun is coming in. A lot more fun over there. Maybe not. Are we seeing it okay? So using that brush, add on blending moment in time. That's what I tell you, isn't it? And it's the cuteness of my son, so at least I'll remember this one. Add that lovely softness. So whatever we had in the sky, that lovely hazy sky, which I really want you to be able to see. We're going to go for this rock over here. A little bit of water on your brush into that purpley shade again, and all our little muggy shades that we had for the headland. And we're going to bring it in. Now it's a little bit closer, so it's actually a little sharper. So we're going to let it be, bring in a little bit of blue into that purple. So it's a darker purpley shade. And then we're going to blend it too. One is your brown, that browny shade. So brown is red, blue, and yellow. And we mix those three together, red, blue, and yellow, just little marginally bits of it. We're going to mix that nice browny shade, roll your brush over, and that's going to be where we are with the head, with that little bit of jutting out headland. But we're going to keep going. We're going to revisit over this lovely sand here, and we're going to be a little bit, so we're going to start with that nice orange base that we have, red and yellow, good chunk of both. those together to get that orange. We're going for a lot of paint on this one, okay? So we're going to go orange. Then we had our little touch of black. Then we took our chunk of white. So we make that kind of brown base. Now we need that to be much lighter. So instead of taking white to that, I'm going to take white to another part of the plate and roll whatever I have on there. Even more, with a little touch of red in it to make it more in the pinky scale, more fun. And I'm going to just take that right on there. Little dapples over where the seaweed is. And then just blending that in. Make it a little bit darker with the darker bits as we come closer to the water. Oh dear, I've just put, my brush just got it all over. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me I just ruined my painting? Look how bothered I am. It's okay. We're going to bring that blue back in. Clean your brush again. We're going to go back to the blue. So it was blue. Started with the green base, blue and yellow. That mixes your turquoise. A little bit of white in it. A little touch of red in it, just a little. Soften it out. And we're going to go back over. I'm just going to use your finger to blend. I'm actually going to go over where the boat is because they keep moving. White to that. A little bit more blue. Hi, Pop. And we're going to go over. And we're going to use our fingers to blend it in. Doesn't matter if a little bit of that sand pulls up into it, keeping it nice and loose. And then we just want to bring the dark back. So a little bit of blue. A little bit of yellow. Oh, a bit of red's gone in there too. And that's going to, oh, no. White into that nice pink. Big chunk of white into the pink. A little bit of red into it. Dog fight's just about to happen here. Going for pink. Gonna let our pink dapple in and around. Gonna let a little pink come up onto our rocks here. We're gonna let a pink in over here for a few little houses. And then we're gonna bring our white waves in, straight in, because I think we're just spending too long on this. Some soft waves. Look, let it pick up on your fingers, let it score into it. Bringing them on down and making it a little bit more ruckusy than it actually is. That into the turquoise and pink. Let it all come off my brush. Turquoise and pink. Letting those dapples go back. Smaller as they get further away. And there we have our little beach scene. Because you can't see it anyway. You can't see it anyway. So let's make this nice blue and white. I'm going to put them in a different color of a boat. I'm going to put them in an orange boat. Our other kayak's orange. We're going to pretend we brought that one out. Bright orange, red, and yellow. Let's make two shades of it. Our little banana boat. Darker shade of it. A little bit of blue. A little bit of red. Underneath. Here we go. It's a little bit banana boat. A little bit of our darker shades for underneath it. Little ripples underneath. And then we're going to put a little person in there. So he's going to be a little blue, one blue life jacket there. That's my husband. And then there's a nice red life jacket, a little mini one here. We just imply that it's there. And we're going to clean our brush, although my water is absolutely rotten right now. And do our wee blondie, and my only blonde. They all were blonde when they were younger, but bringing some of the brown into a nice lemon that I've made. So that brownie shade we had for the sea. That's my little blonde dude there. So I'm just putting a little head on him. Then my husband's wearing a hat. He's wearing a nice blue hat. I'm going to take blue, a little bit of white in it, a little peak on it, a little hat. And then we're going to use all these pinks for their body. Pink and brown, just all variations of it. Face on the front, little arms. So one has a nice grey t-shirt on, so I'm going to make that. And the wee wetsuit on, so he's going to be here. His wee arms sitting there, a bit too small. So there's he is there. Then we're going to put his hat back on. There's an oar. We're just going to imply that it's there. One side, make it a nice yellowy color coming out. That's as good as it gets. Has a beard at the minute. Maybe I should bring his beard in. There. We did it. Let's look at it. Let's go over it. It's just a muggy, little fun impression of what's right beside me right now, of my everyday life. Remember to like and subscribe if you like to paint loose, if you like to capture everyday moments. You can really get a lot of mileage out of nice bright white paint. So I'm going to bring some white to the side of that kayak. I'm going to bring a little bit of white, a few little white bits to the headland in the distance. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white to the sky. And I'm going to bring that in. I've got that few little clouds. And then we just want to make sure that this is a little bit brighter on the left side coming over. Worth a try. Oh, wow. Thanks.